This is Cars and Bids.
I'm Kenan.
I'm Filippo.
And today we have a challenge.
Ooh.
Yes, it's about speed.
My favorite thing.
Sean, our producer, has created several slides of cars, 2 of them, and we have to choose which car is faster between the 2 cars that are displayed.
Quarter mile, 0 to 30.
0 to 60, which has a lot of issues and pros and cons, and there's going to be a lot of arguing in the comments. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Before we get started, big news, we have a new merch store with cool new stuff. Like Filippo's this hat and Kenan's shirt, the Carrera GT, that's our best seller. There's this one too, and a lot more cool stuff. And you buy some merch and you can win one of these cars from our adventure video series, which you can watch on the Doug DeMuro YouTube channel. More information by clicking the link in the description below to check out our merch. Okay, faster of the 2. So we're gonna see the picture, then write down which we think is the faster. Whoever wins. Quicker, whichever wins, whoever wins, wins.
Most rapidly accelerating.
Yeah. You ready?
I'm ready.
Go! Ooh. 2007 Cayman versus 2003 DB7.
Wow.
Vantage.
All right, well, this is interesting because half the cylinders.
Yes, the DB7 is a V12. Like I said,
Vantage.
But like what, like a 4-speed auto?
Yes.
But it doesn't really matter because it's making a gear shift.
One is an automatic, as it says right there.
5-speed, you're right.
You can see it in the list.
Well, and also we didn't put 6-speed up there.
More importantly, I can literally see the automatic.
Well, I know, such high resolution, definitely. Really.
Well, I nonetheless can see
Which is, all right, we can stop fighting. Which is faster, 0 to 60?
Boy, neither's fast. I'll tell you that. It was like an 8 second.
Both have got to be sub 5.
What? Sub 5?
I think that a base Cayman is sub 5.
No. No, it's not.
I don't even think a current base Cayman is. Are you out of your a 987
Yeah,
base?
it's probably in the 5s. In the 5s?
Are you listening to this crap?
In the 5s?
I think he's out of his gourd.
All right, well, I'm going to write my answer down, and you all can follow suit or not.
All right, so the faster of the 2.
He's listening to me, right?
Yep.
He heard me right, and now he copied me.
Yep, always.
Sub 5s. So that's like this car is like 0 to 60 in 14.
14.
Nah.
Dang.
All right, flip them. Cayman. The answer is Cayman. 5.8.
In the 5s.
5.8.
Still faster than I thought it would be. I thought it was like 7. And honestly, it might be 7.
Sub 6 is same as sub 5.9, which is
I had a feeling it was faster just due to weight.
The fella who put this together has a base Cayman.
Why do you think that shows that?
One wonders what the real 0 to 60 time is. I'll tell you, with tip, it was 9.6.
Well, that's why it was a 5-speed manual one.
Right. Okay. Next in. Very easy.
Literally no human error.
This is going to be by 0.1 difference, and depending on the magazine.
Yep.
Right. Are these manufacturer
pressure.
reported or magazine times? For this one specifically, we need to know.
No, you don't. Just write an answer.
It's whatever's in the answer.
What an idiot.
These are Sean's answers.
Well, they make the same horsepower.
They do. Both from a turbo V8. Twin turbo V8?
Yeah.
Doesn't that Fade also twin turbo?
Yes.
This is a toss-up.
kind of
You should just write one
movie
down
is it
because
turbo?
I honestly think it's going to depend solely on what magazine he looked at or what Google result he got.
Yeah, I don't.
But keep in mind, performance specification, and that one has an aftermarket exhaust, which adds power, maybe.
It adds big power.
Big power.
Right answers
Right,
down. It's a
novelty.
one or
it's
the
not
other.
this actual car.
Yeah, but we can argue that one with
We
you.
can, yeah. I will not lose. Thanks.
Oh, neither will the. I wrote like 20 minutes ago, dude.
Why are you writing that much? One of them is 720S, the other one's an F8. You don't need to
He's like writing F8 in a way that
He's
you
writing
can
the
quickly
year.
just add an S.
He's writing the year.
All right, answer is 720S.
720S.
F8. 720S is faster by 0.1. God.
Excellent.
Kenan, this is where you say, hey, it had an aftermarket exhaust, but bring that up.
Hey, it had an aftermarket exhaust.
You're
That
right,
one's probably
dude.
fast.
But the same, then you win. Not just kidding. I'm way ahead.
I also could have written tie. I mean,
It was, to be honest.
0.1
Tenth of a
seconds is not
second.
a
By the
tie.
way, it would be a tie if you drag race them, and it would also be a tie with the base Cayman because all
performance cars
all performance cars are the same.
Yeah, my Fiat 500 to Barth, equally fast.
It's not that far off.
2.8.
Okay. All right. So me and you have 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Next.
The opposite end of the spectrum.
All right, cars are a 1983 Oldsmobile 98 Braun, big boy, and an 81 Volkswagen Vanagon Westphalia with a 4-speed manual
I
transmission.
mean, only one of these reaches 60.
But if you were to drop them off of a cliff, by the time they hit terminal velocity, which one hits it quicker? That's the only way they
have
hit.
you still not written or have you written?
I wrote it.
All right, flip them.
Oldsmobile.
Olds. We all say Olds. Olds
Yeah,
is correct by
by
a
4
wide margin.
seconds.
No one who has ever been in a Vanagon would ever say that the Vanagon would win that or any other.
God, remember the 80s when a V8 gets you 14 seconds
14.06,
Can you
and that
imagine
was
today?
like not slow. Like
No, that was a
performance
fast
cars were
car.
like 8.5. That was
like
like in
in
'83. My Countach was doing it in 7.5, and that was the fastest car anybody could find. And now,
That was out of a 27 3/4 liter V8.
And now,
Like a
of course,
pre-war Hupmobile.
but when a Honda Pilot takes 8 seconds, magazines say, "Oh, that's not safe."
right? I don't think anybody says that, but anyway.
Yep.
So
Read
me and
them.
you have 3 now. We're
Yep.
way ahead.
We are indeed.
We're killing it. Next, please. Volkswagen Golf R, owned by my friend Brett, and 2002 E39 BMW M5. Yeah, the Golf is a tip. The E39 M5 is a stick. I thought it might be one of the N62 cars, one of the Alpinas. I didn't know.
He's just pushing my buttons.
Yeah, that's how you shift in the N62 M5s too. You push the shift buttons on the steering wheel. All right,
Doesn't exist. It's the Alpina B10, and that is not how it works. The buttons are actually you shift, but it's really annoying.
there's an Alpina Z8 on bring right now, and I saw the buttons. We get that part out. All right. Okay, which is faster?
This is hard.
I know what Kenan will say, but in practice,
Well, this is also not in practice. This is in their
I've
reported
driven the
testing.
cars, and I know what seems faster, and it ain't the BMW. I'll tell you that. But what did the magazines get with a clutch drop in 2003?
Right.
I remember. I have every magazine article the E39 M5 was tested in period.
If only you had every magazine article that the Golf R was tested in 10 years ago.
Mark
Didn't
7,
even cross my
not top
consciousness.
Okay. Correct answer is Golf R, Golf R,
R.
Golf R, and the answer is E39
Oh,
M5.
no.
This is another 1/10 of a point of a second one.
Well, that's
Right.
how. What do you think this is?
I
0 to
thought
60
for
is,
sure
people don't
with
realize
the
how
auto.
nebulous 0 to 60 is until they actually line up. And then they're like, I thought my car was 2 seconds faster. And it's like, yeah, but you're both idiots driving doing a pull on the freeway. Like, what a surprise. They're the same.
Also, I wasn't sure because if they were going to pull the BMW quoted number, BMW quoted 5.1. Despite that magazines
we were
tested
right!
it at 4.5.
All right, so we all got that one.
No, nobody
Or
got
we
that
didn't
one.
get it. Doesn't really
Nobody
matter,
got
actually,
it.
since we all said the same thing.
Move to the next one.
All right.
For the record, Kenan is mad that we did not use BMW's quota time, which is slower.
Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't know which he was
BMW
going to use, and I knew the Golf R must be very
When
close.
BMW did it, they babied the car. They didn't do a clutch drop. That's what Kenan believes.
Right, the Germans respected the machine and they didn't abuse it. And journalists, the animals that they are, just romped on the E39 M5.
What is the next one, please? I'm still way ahead. Ooh, I drove one of these.
Which one?
The Galant.
Yeah, indeed, you drove that
It's a 91 Galant VR4, DSM car, technically, sort of, and an 84 Celica Supra P-Type, whatever the hell that means.
one. Bold photographed by Photographer's Garage, Frank.
Beautiful.
Beautiful
photographs.
photos. Some of the best in the biz.
Yep.
I'll tell you, whatever the answer is, I know the answer. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
You listen to me.
No.
You listen to me right.
You
Okay.
didn't say anything.
Ready to flip? Flipski, Galant, Supra.
Celica.
He wrote Celica. The answer is the Galant.
Well, it is a Celica Supra. To be
I
fair.
get it. It's way faster. It's not even close.
Well done.
The Celica
Wow.
Supra wasn't turbocharged. It was 10 years older. It was obviously going to
Yeah,
be the
but it
Galant.
had 2 less doors, and I don't know. I mean, it was a
doesn't
stab
do
in the
cars
dark, 'cause
like
I
that.
don't do cars
No.
like that.
Unfortunately, what that
I
means
know
is that
you're
I
in the
have
lead.
pulled ahead.
I know you have 4. I have 3. Kenan has 2.
I can't win this.
Okay, I just got to maintain the lead. 2 more. Got to maintain the lead. Next one, please.
Oh my goodness.
If that's close, I'm surprised.
All right, one of them is the Autozam 93 Autozam AZ1 and a original NA Miata with a roll bar. So who knows?
Some mods.
Some mods.
And B package, though, well equipped, and the fire extinguisher in the passenger.
I'm
compartment.
gonna throw some out. I love the daisy. The daisies.
Yeah, they're great.
Of course, who
They're
doesn't?
very kind.
People don't.
God, which car is... The AZ1 weighs as much as a muffin and has a 3-cylinder engine.
I'm going to say Miata Z1.
Nice.
Speaking of Z1.
I've only driven one of these, and it
You only
wasn't the
driven-
MX-5.
I've driven both. They're both slow. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
You got an answer?
Yep.
Yeah.
Flipski,
AZ1.
Miata AZ1. I don't know what Kenan wrote.
Yep, and a Miata. Is what
Any
I-
Miata? Miata,
Oh,
yes!
second
I
one.
beat you! I beat you!
And Canon has tied me now with one to go.
I didn't think it would be close. The AZ1 is slow.
But so is an Miata.
The AZ1 is
The AZ1 is slow. Like I
They're
said,
far apart here and they're far apart in real
legitimately,
life.
you can redline first, second, and third and not be
That's
doing
true in a
40.
Miata too.
No.
No, you're doing 60 at that point. You're right.
The AZ1 ultimately had K-car restrictions, so it only
Yeah,
had 60
600,
some
600.
horsepower. It's little, but
But it
Ain't
ain't.
little
it's
enough.
just really underpowered. Okay, me and you, we'd put a Hayabusa in it.
Yeah. Kill yourselves in that thing. Death trap.
He would die. And if you roll over, you're screwed because the doors.
Right.
I like that car, honestly.
But it's so small, you can just go,
Yeah, you just
and
tip
then
it
you can roll
over.
it back over again.
Unless it's on fire.
Well, no, you can still do this.
Okay, next one. I've already won the competition. Thank God. But the next
Between
one.
us.
Oh, an Ultima
no.
GTR and some sort of Filippo mobile.
How did you get a 0 to 60 time from the Ultima GTR? It's a
It gets tested. 2008 Ultima GTR.
But was it tested with that engine in
right
it?
with that engine and the Porsche 6
I'm
manual. I
skeptical
doubt
of this
it.
whole thing.
C7 Z06 tip, interestingly. Coupe. What is quicker? You guys have answers?
Yeah.
I committed.
I've committed as well.
This is so I had my beloved. You have your beloved.
He would never get a Z06.
No, he'd never, but he wants a C7.
All
Well,
right.
he thinks.
Flip him. Z06
So,
Ultima
Ultima.
GTR. It is the Ultima GTR.
Filippo?
The thing
Kenan
that
finishes second.
yeah, what
I'll take
I was
that.
really debating here is in the 10 years since Ultima GTR, 0 to 60 times became such a focus that I thought Chevrolet would have optimized more.
Yeah, especially for a tip, which is like the drag racing
Yeah.
configuration. I agree with you, but the Ultima GTR is just dang
So
fast.
powerful.
But man, both sub 3. I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty.
Imagine sub three in that
Although
Ultima
once you get to
GTR.
2.95,
That car is terrifying.
Right.
are you really sub 3?
No. Okay, we've all played valiantly and beautifully. 0 to 60, I think, is not a great measure of acceleration, particularly when they're 0.1 apart. I
Yep.
think that becomes a little skeppy.
You know what
floof.
is?
What's your preference? Quarter mile?
No, I think 0 to 60 is good, but like as just sort of a general thing. People view it as the god. Like if my 0 to 60 is 6.2
Right.
and yours is 6.3, then my car's faster. And it's like, that's not really how this works.
You know what is the right way to figure out? You go to a dry lake bed.
You go to a dry
line
lake
up,
bed,
You
line 'em up.
race some distance.
we did 7 of those races and the results were the same every single
There was one time that it changed.
I learned it's way harder than it looks.
I didn't see any of the changes.
There was one minor
I
change.
tell you about from where I was sitting.
Well, if you don't know
looked
what
the
we're
same
talking
to me.
about, go watch our
Okay.
$18,000 car challenge.
Thank you, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.